Hey, what up? It's Tampa Brad, back at you with book number 18 of my 20 books for 2020. Book number 18 is The Goal, A Process of Ongoing Improvement by, I'm going to try to do this, Elijah M. Goldratt. I think I nailed it.
Eliyahu.
So this book is kind of an interesting one. This is one that, I'll be honest, I don't read a lot of novels because I don't enjoy a lot of novels. A lot of novels kind of, I want to make sure my mic's exposed here. A lot of novels kind of, I think, are kind of a distraction. They don't really provide a lot of value to me. You know, for a lot of other people, I get the escapism, I get the enjoyment of reading a good novel and a good, like, say a thriller, for example, really gets your heart rate going. But frankly, I have enough thrills in my own life, you know, doing business and in my dating life and all that crap. I get enough out of normal life. I don't need extra thrills. So I'm very loath to pick up a book that is not a nonfiction book that I'm not going to get something tangible out of. However, I had applied that logic to this book, The Goal. It was recommended to me by my good friend Matt Klein. If you've not heard of Matt, his Instagram is Matt Klein Hustle. We'll do a little thing for his Instagram down here. Definitely go follow him. He provides, I mean, God, if you think I provide a lot of value, he provides value on another level to where he provides resellers with tangible tactics and really hand-to-hand combat, elbows in the mud kind of stuff, because he's an Instagram or he's an Amazon reseller, Amazon and eBay, and he crushes it. So definitely go follow Matt. But he recommended this book to me, and he's a real hustler, and he's someone whose opinion I really take seriously. So if I took him either 12 or 18 months to get me to read this book, he was hounding me for a little while. It was to the point to where he offered to mail it to me. I declined because I don't read books anymore. I only listen to them on Audible, just because it's hard for me to take the time to sit down and actually open up a book and crack it open and go through it. But Matt hounded me on this one, and I'm very glad that he did, because what I realized in reading this book, as I started it, I saw what it was, and it's a story about a production plant manager. They manufacture some sort of widget for other companies. I honestly don't know exactly what they made, but the bottom line was it was a production facility manager whose plant was going to get shut down if he couldn't figure out how to run it profitably. And so he runs into this like Jewish economist, and this guy starts asking him these seemingly very basic questions, but for some reason the main character can't answer them. And one of the questions he asks is, what is the purpose of a business? And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, what is the purpose of a business? I guess to make money. And that is the answer. That is the purpose of a business, to make money. But what the book reveals, and what has become crazy obvious to me, is that people get very detached from their goals very easily. They get caught up in the minutia of day-to-day operations, and they get caught in what Gary Vaynerchuk would call the middle. They can't stay up in the theoretics, and they can't stay down in the specifics and taking the hand-to-hand action and day-to-day kind of combat things that they need to do to keep their business running. They get caught in the middle, which is the bureaucracy. Are people doing what I tell them to do? Am I respected? Am I cool? The kind of like image, PR kind of things that really sicken people about middle management, and it cause a lot of strife and just general discontent and untargeted discontent in a lot of middle management and probably like white collar, white male society, if I'm going to be honest. So what does that mean? What does that have to do with this book? What it has to do with the book is, the main character is asked that question, what is the purpose of a business? And he comes up with the answer, it's to make money. And so the economist then asks him, okay, how do you make the most money? And the answer, it turns out, is by maximizing throughput. And when I heard that, I was like, I run a construction company. Does that really apply to me? Don't I need to sell? Like, don't I need to close bigger jobs? Don't I need to up my floor? Don't I need to improve my close ratio? And all of those things, the answer is absolutely yes. But at a very fundamental level, the way that a business makes more money is by producing more of whatever its output is. And when that really clicked with me, and I saw, universally, that is that is the way that you make more money as a business. It doesn't matter what you do, it's by increasing throughput. Then I kind of had to go back and re-examine. And in the book, what they go through is it tells a story of how this plant manager goes through eliminating what are called bottlenecks in his business. And what a bottleneck is it's a point in your business that's a choke point that other processes are held up by. It's the lowest common denominator. It's the thing that gets done the most slowly in your business that holds up production. So when I was kind of reading through the book and analyzing and seeing how does this apply to my business and my life, what I realized is, in our case, a lot of the times our biggest thing is sales. So what that led me to do is go and hire another salesperson. Previously, my dad and I were doing all the sales. Now we hired Freudian slip. No, Wes, we're not going to fire you. We love you. We hired a full-time salesperson, and he's phenomenal. And it has absolutely raised the floor of what we're able to do in our business now. And it's increase the amount that we're able to sell. So then the next bottleneck for us is, okay, production, getting stuff actually in the ground. Next, we hired a production manager. So in your business, you can always chase down what is that bottleneck that's limiting your productivity, and then how do you eliminate it? And how do you eliminate it even flying in the face of conventional wisdom? And that's what the book really circled around was, you have to, in a lot of instances, go against what the tried and true wisdom is and what the par for the course and industry standard a lot of times even. What is industry standard that is actually holding you back? And so this really ties in very nicely to actually a Tim Ferriss concept from the 4-Hour Workweek. And he says, in the 4-Hour Workweek, what is the common wisdom that everybody knows? Now let me try the opposite of that. And so this book is a beautiful illustration of how the facilities manager winds up going against the conventional wisdom, eliminating bottlenecks, and continuing to eliminate bottlenecks at every level in his business, and winds up blowing it out of the water. And it actually, the plot kind of sucks you in as time goes on, because I actually am a sucker for a good story, even though I don't read a lot of them. And it's an enjoyable read in that sense as well. But the thing that you need to take from this is, if you are a business owner or in any way involved in the production of a business, especially if your income and your compensation is tied to the productivity or profitability of a business, and those two things again should be linked, you need to understand where your bottlenecks are. Where are you implementing a system that's causing you to reduce your throughput, not have maximum throughput? And in a lot of cases, you can actually calculate this. I know that's not necessarily true in all businesses, but if it's in a manufacturing business, you can actually calculate what your throughput should be, and then you can see where your actual throughput is and figure out where your bottleneck is and actually bridge that gap. So I would highly encourage you to dig into this book. It's a very easy read. I mean, this one is like, I went through this in probably like 2 days. I couldn't stop listening to it. It really captured me. Once I saw the parallels between what the main character was going through and my own struggle in growing a business, I was like, man, throughput, that's it. It really grabbed me, and it enlightened me to some really, really poignant and actionable items that I was able to fix in my business. So, like I'm saying in a lot of these videos, what the point of these is to get you to take action. If you just hear me say, throughput is the way that you maximize profit from a business, you should not take that at point blank. You should not just take my word for it. You should go and research that yourself. You should go and read the book yourself and see what you get out of it, because that's what's important. You shouldn't take anyone's word just because I'm standing out here in front of the Biltmore with a camera in front of me. You should go and find out for yourself. So that's what this should be a catalyst to do. Go and find out for yourself. Get into the book, read it, let me know what you think. On Instagram, my Instagram handle is @TamperBrad. We'll link it up here on the bottom. Follow me there and shoot me a DM with what you thought about the book. I can't wait to hear. I think this is going to be one of the interesting ones where I'm going to get some off-the-wall people who I don't usually hear from hitting me up and letting me know what they got from the book. So I'm super, super excited to hear from you in regards to that. Also, if you've not already, hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell next to it. The bell will give you notifications when I'm dropping new videos, which we are dropping a ton of new vids. Me and and Apollo are shooting like crazy. I now have my own camera, so I'm shooting independent and then emailing it to Apollo for him to edit, and we're just going off. We're going crazy. So there's so much going on YouTube from other creators that if you don't have the bell hit, you're just not going to see it. It's going to get drowned out in all the noise, unfortunately. It just is how it is. So hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, follow me on Instagram. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for your attention. Peace.